Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Hi, Benedine. Hi, Frank. Hi, Baloyi. Raphael, you're welcome. Nonfanello, welcome. Enoch, you're welcome. Louisa, Ruben, Hilary, Oluwafemi, welcome. If I'm audible and visible, you let me know. Great to see you all. I hope you're all doing great. Nice meeting you all. Well done. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're all doing great. And it's good to see you all. It's good to see you all. Welcome, welcome to, welcome to, thank you very much. Welcome to the personal development session. Welcome to the soft skills session and career coaching session. I'm very, very happy to see you, okay? I think I'm the lady that wears a lot of hats. So today I get to wear another hat that you may or may not know. So if you follow me on social media, you definitely have an idea about what I do aside work, so to speak. But it's good to see you all. And I think I would have to sort of reintroduce myself just a little bit, just a little bit, and then I would introduce the agenda for today. So, and I'm sure you're wondering, okay, what has tech got to do with personal development? Make it make sense. By the close of the session and as we progress, you would come to understand and appreciate why soft skills. And so even beyond your tech skills that you're going to gain and all of that, no matter how brilliant and how well you do, it's important that people should want to work with you. Okay. Thank you, Benedict. People should want to work with you. You may have all the skills, but do you make it easy for people to work with you? And all of that. And so personal development is very, very crucial. And I'm going to take you through why it's important to have that. And as we progress, I believe that it is going to be amazing. We're going to have an amazing time. And within an hour, we'll definitely have value for your time. And so I would want to quickly move straight to the point. And then I'll share my screen and then we can proceed. But I hope you're ready. I hope you're excited. And I hope you're ready. Thank you, Prosper. Thank you very much. Thank you. Ready and excited. I love that. I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen. Thank you very much. Thank you so, so, so much. Thank you. And you let me know if my network is. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I still have to stick within the theme. Okay, I believe you can see my screen. Let me do this. Okay. So welcome again. Welcome. And I would have to just do a quick introduction. Let me just introduce myself briefly. And I mean, on social media, I go by the name Sonia Inspires. There's a reason behind that. And in a personal development series and this session, I want us to focus on this aspect, on this phrase, the goal and the journey. I believe they both go hand in hand, and you come to appreciate why I'm saying that. And so, as we move on, you understand why it's important uh, to set goals for yourself, why you should set the right goals, and then even the journey, the steps, the experiences that you go through in order to achieve your goals. We'll delve into all of that. And then, yes, so my name is Sonia, now kindly Ajolu. Okay, so I'm Mrs. Ajolulu, but my maiden name is Sonia Lai. So on my documents and stuff, we still have Sonia Lai. Sonia now kindly Ajolulu. And then I have my Bachelor of Arts degree in linguistics and sociology. The goal was to become a journalist, but some way, somehow, I still find myself doing media stuff. So I guess I'm still in the right direction. So I did my Bachelor of Arts degree, linguistics and sociology at University of Ghana. And then I did my master's in marketing I did an online master's, AIU, and then MBA at Accra Business School is affiliated to KNUST, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. So Accra Business School offers the training and tuition, and then KNUST awards the certificates. And then also SPHRI certification, Senior Professional Human Resource International. I've always loved HR. Anything that's got to do with people, you find me there. And so, yes, it was important to have that done. And so I had that at HR Certification Center. And I've always been a people and personal development person. And so if you don't find me working, you will definitely find me either encouraging someone, either motivating someone, and all of that. I've always loved personal development because I believe it's very, very, very important. It's very, very important. And you come to understand why. So this is just a little bit about myself. Yes, not to go into details. So I believe that anytime I want to do something new, and I believe you also do same, anytime you want to do something new, you want to venture into something, I mean, even when you decided to, start this tech journey, it was a challenge, but it was a good challenge. You decided that you're going to take on this course and see what you can do and learn and all of that. So anytime you want to venture into something new or change a course of action, you throw yourself a challenge. That's what I do all the time. And it has benefited me a whole lot. It has. And so I believe that if you haven't taken personal development seriously, I'm this challenge to you. Something that you haven't really considered. You're still wondering, do I really need to? You would come to appreciate that Okay. And so anytime you throw yourself a challenge, and how many of you really believe in setting goals? How many of you really, really believe in setting goals for yourself? Is this something that you have tried before? How has it been? How has it been? Is this something that you've tried before? Set goals for yourself. Let me know. Is this something that you do? You set goals for yourself, or you just go with the flow and you hope and pray that some way, somehow, things will work out? Let me know. Share with me. Do you believe in goals? Do you believe in goals? Let me know if okay. You do? Okay. Like that. Do you believe in certain goals? Let me know if my network is stable. Okay. Thank you, Yvonne. Okay. Okay. No, Panelos. Yeah, yes, you do. Okay. Now let me ask this question. Do you I don't know whether it's just Ghana, but do you believe in New Year resolutions? New Year resolutions. You know that feel when that comes. Oh, this year I'm going to do A, B, C, D. New Year resolutions. How many of you believe in New Year resolutions? I'll tell you why I used to, but I don't. How many of you believe in New Year resolutions? I want to know if it cuts across, if it's just a Ghana thing or it cuts across. You don't believe in New Year resolution? Oh, I see. Majority of you don't. Interesting. You don't believe in New Year resolutions. Okay, why? Not just because it doesn't work. Okay, I don't. It doesn't work. Interesting. But yet you still find people still having New Year resolutions. So why is it so? Why does it keep happening? Knowing very well that it is not, it will not yield or will not amount to anything. But yet we still do it. And that's so true. Yes, you end up not achieving them. It mostly doesn't work. Why is it so? But yet we still, anytime normally, and I always say that January is a scam. January, anytime we move into a new year, it's like everything is possible. It's like there's nothing that can go wrong, especially for January. And so you find yourself like, I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to cut down. I'm going to save. I'm going to start this side hustle. I'm going to start this business. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. All in January. And then we start. We start because the energy is there. The motivation is there. You are inspired. Your your pastor or your prophet has outlined how the year will fold and the blessings that will move like, so you know that can't what me. Especially with that 31st night, the prayers and the watch night, there's no way that things will not work. It will definitely work. So we go with the flow, right? January. No offense to January borns. Okay, you guys are amazing. My dad is a January born. And so you start the year with some, I don't know, I think it just comes with it, like new beginning. Everything is fresh. Everything is new. I can do anything. I can achieve anything. And you start well. So 1st January, things are on point. You've set targets, you've set goals. I'm going to do this, and you follow. And then you move on. Then, of course, January is the longest month. We all know that. It takes forever, but you manage to go through it. And then we move to February. In some way, somehow, the energy is there, but It's not like January, but you are still trying to to stick it somewhere somehow. And then you follow February, and then March, April, you just go with the flow. You just go, March, April, and the data is there to back it. Most of the things that we set ourselves to do from the first quarter of the year, around the second quarter, we lose momentum, we lose focus. There's so much distraction. You are like, you know what? Anything can happen. March, April, May, you try, okay, once a while, but the motivation keeps reducing. May, June, July, you're like, you know what? Anything can happen. I'm okay. Whatever that happens, I'm okay. August, September, same. October, November, you're like, okay, maybe it wasn't this year. Maybe it wasn't. You see, the economy. Blame it on the economy. We all do that. So, let's see what's the next year. Maybe. So let's see. Let's see what happens. And so that is how New Year resolutions are. Okay. Because you start with a lot of motivation. You start with a lot of inspiration. And then it looks like everything can work. But because there aren't systems, processes to guide what you do, when the motivation fades off, when the inspiration is not there, how do you keep going? Okay, how do you keep going? And so that is why personally I noticed that rat race, and I was like, I can't be doing this. I can't be pushing ideas and goals and keep repeating the same thing over and over every year. I say I'm going to do this. I start, I'm not able to do it. And then I get frustrated. Then I need to understand why I'm not able to do those things. So that will inform the decisions that I'll make moving on. Hope that makes sense. And so I would rather set goals than do New Year resolutions. And so, yes, I know. I'm not doing New Year resolutions anymore. I'd rather set goals. So it's important to set goals because it gives you direction. It allows you to stay mentally and physically focused on where you're going. Else anything, you just be going with the flow. Okay. So that being said, I want us to understand that in this personal development journey, there are certain issues we've identified that if there comes a time where we are not able to follow through the things that we actually plan on doing. So this is just to give you a framework so that you can set the right goals. So it is not enough to even set goals. You need to set the right goals and then align yourself with them. Very important. And then also, this journey will help you to move any idea. The fact that you're thinking of doing it, you need to move that into actually doing it. So from the ideation phase to the execution phase. And so personal development is so important. I can't overemphasize that. And you find that even in your career. So the habits, the positive habits, the goals, and all of that, you find that in your personal life, in your career, in your side hustle, your entrepreneurial, side of you, and even in your business goals. And when I say that, it is never too late to start. I always say that no matter where you are, you can start and make that decision to do better things with your life. But it's not just enough to start. You need to start right so that you can gain that maximum benefit. You can gain that leverage. Okay? So this is the problem that we are trying to solve. And I believe that as we delve deeper, you're going to gain some clarity and as to how to set the right goals, and then how to create positive habits around it, and then how to activate your creativity, and then also take very important steps to do better. Okay? And so it's very, very important. And so before I do a quick recap, because it's very, very important to do that, we've answered the fact that no one is doing New Year resolutions. We rather set goals and build systems around it than doing New Year resolutions, because it doesn't really work. Now, I want us to quickly touch on why it's important to align your goals with the things that you believe in, your core values. Okay? And so let me share. Am I still sharing my screen? Okay. I want to quickly share this with you so that we understand it as we move on. We are building on it gradually. Can you give me a second? But I believe you're following and it's making sense. I'll be taking your questions, yes, as we progress. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you. Sharing my screen again, I'll do this. Okay. So I believe you have an idea about these things, but have you ever wondered why businesses, after they create their mission and vision, they have core values? Have you wondered why for every business establishment you definitely should have core values? Why do you think it's important? And I'll get to why I'm talking about that. Every business should have some core values. Why is it so? Why do you think it's so? After stating their mission, they are there to do ABCD, they are on a what, and then they come to core values. Why do you think it's important that businesses have, and if you are running your own business and all, why do you think so? Okay, one says it makes you unique. Wonderful, that's good. What are their core values? Any other? It makes it unique. Very true, very true. Any other? It gives you an idea of what the business stands for, right? It gives you an idea that anytime this business is mentioned, you are supposed to expect ABCD. Okay? So I believe some of the, thank you, Sylvia, moral compass. Thank you. So when for any bank, for probably UMB, they stand for leadership. What are some of the core values that you've come to know? Teamwork, excellence. It gives a clear direction. Thank you, Lajide. What are some? Yeah, keeps them focused on their mission. Great. Thank you, Maxwell. Thank you. So there's a reason why they do that. They don't just assume that, they just go with it. Oh, the mission will cover it. It's important for them to state clearly their values. Thank you very much, Ruben. State clearly their values. And then it is expected of them, all the employees from the CEO to the janitor, they're all supposed to imbibe that culture or that value. It's very important. That's their identity. So if a business goes to this extent to create core values, don't you think you should also have your own personal core value? So let's take a moment to reflect. Don't you think that even for a business to run and operate, they have these systems in place? Don't you feel that you should also, as an individual, have some personal core values? Don't you think so? Don't you agree? Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you why core values are so important and why you are not able, for some reason, you're not able to achieve ABCD. So when it comes to core value, it's a principle. It's that belief that you have as an individual. Okay? And maybe let me just focus as a person, as an individual. And the things that you deem important, your non-negotiables, they are your core values, your pillars, the things that you stand on your ground, on your 10 toes. Those are your personal core values, your non-negotiables. So anytime you show up as an individual, those traits or those values are exhibited. People see it. And so I believe that even if businesses take time to create and maintain core values, then it's important to actually have created and maintain your core values as a person. As a person. Because it will guide you. This is the reason why you should have it. Okay? They are guiding principles. They define your identity and your choices that you make. They help you determine which people and things and goals. Your core values will determine the goals that you even set for yourself because it aligns with who you are. I need that to really sink in because you need to find a way to align your goals, what you set yourself to do, to your core values. And once you get that sinking, it's tied. Any other thing falls in place because it's tied to who your true self, who you are as a person. So that's why this is very, very important. It's not that you set goals and they look beautiful on paper, but then the actions and everything are completely different. They are not aligned. And that's why sometimes it's very difficult to follow through. Okay. And I do a lot of coaching sessions on this because it takes time to really do that self-reflection and understand yourself so that you understand the things that you do not negotiate, no matter what. That's what you stand by on your 10 toes. Thank you, Ruben. Thank you. Yes, it will help you to have interest in what you intend doing. Wonderful. And help you achieve your goals easily. Brilliant. Thank you. You even summarized it for me. So it's very, very important. Now I'm going to take you through my core values. And then by the end of the session, I want you to, if you have it, you may have an idea. It's there, but it's not defined. Like, you know, the things that you stand for, the things that, it is that or nothing. But it's not so clear. It's important to reflect on it so that every goal that you set moving forward will be tied to it. And before I move on to that, I don't want you to wait till next year before you put these things in place. Because then again, businesses have already gone ahead to to plan their budget for the first quarter already. I hope you all know that. By now, all businesses, all focused businesses have already planned already how they're going to spend, what they're going to do, and all of that. At least the first quarter is already covered. HR has already done their plans, business operation, and finance, they even plan ahead. And so you can't wait to, move into 2025 before you put these things in place. The preparation starts now. Okay. So let me just go through quickly, and then after that, you also share with me share with me your personal values, your core values, your non-negotiables. Okay. These are my core values. The first one has got to do with my source. Connecting with the big guy up there is very, very important to me. My Odogu. I don't joke with my chief Odogu. He's the one that allows me to do everything and anything. So this is my non-negotiable. Connecting with the one that has given me everything, has given me this platform. I have to connect with him so that I know that I'm actually on the right track. That is my non-negotiable. It is very, very important for me. So any goal that I set, I should have this pillar in there. Goal that I set, anything that I plan on doing, I should consult the one who makes it possible for me. That is my non-negotiable, my source. Any inspiration, any direction, any leadership, anything at all, have to sort it out with him first before any other thing will align. That is me. That is my core value. Because anything else won't work. Because he has given us gifts, he has given us life, he has given us the time. And as they say, you know how they say the tree doesn't eat of its fruits. All the skills, all the amazing things that you have, it's not actually for you. When you look at it critically, it's actually to serve others. Yeah, you get the praise, you get the fans, you get the accolades, but it's actually to serve others. And so it is important to connect with the person who gave it to you, so that I can serve his people well. That's for me. And then my second, I've got to do with my growth. It's a never-ending cycle of improving my skills, my knowledge, my wisdom, my habits, my behavior, personal qualities, just learning and unlearning. And I'm saying that this year I've learned a lot. I've learned more than any other year of my life. My growth is very, very important. It is non-negotiable. So anything that moves the needle in my favor when it comes to my growth, when it comes to learning, when it comes to improving, that is where I focus my time and attention. The next has got to do with my impact, how I show up, how I use my gifts, my talent, my brilliance. I love that word so much. My brilliance to help others. The impact, what legacy am I even leaving? I mean, in the end, I want the big guy to be very proud of me. Oh, as for this, my daughter, she did so well. Very personal. Okay. And so the legacy that I'm leaving out there is very important for me. So anything I do is tied to that. And the last but not the least is my wealth hub. Okay, because personally, I want to be able to create generational Okay, what my parents or my grandparents went through, I don't want them, I don't want my kids, I don't want anyone to go through, anyone in my circle to go through that. So it's conscious effort. So every goal that I set is tied to all these things, my non-negotiables. Okay, so if it doesn't draw me closer to God, if it doesn't inspire me, if it doesn't assist in my growth, and if it doesn't give me that sense of fulfillment, and if it doesn't make me money, hello, I don't give it my time and attention. And that's fine. That's my core value. Oh, yes, the money part is very, very important. Oh, yes, for me personally. So if it doesn't draw me closer to God, if it doesn't inspire me, if it doesn't assist in my growth, if it doesn't give me that sense of fulfillment, and if it doesn't make me money, I don't give it my time and attention. That's for me. Okay? So these are my core values. So every goal that I set is tied to this. And it must align. Okay? And I want to know your personal core value. Maybe it hasn't been clear, but I believe so far you have a sense of, what your personal core value is. Thank you, Fisher. Thank you very much. So just share it could be, some are 5, 6, and you have your top 3. Some of them is a huge umbrella where other things come in place or fall under. But let me know your personal core value. Something that you stand by, no matter what, you stand by. What is your core value? What is your personal? Thank you, Letitia. Integrity. Wonderful. Integrity. So every goal that you set is tied to it. You are very careful to implement that. It shows in every action that you take. Integrity. I love that. Any other? Your core personal value. Your core personal value. Let me know. Just one. Just one. What you stand by. You cannot negotiate it. Okay. The movement says family care. Wonderful. Personal improvements. Okay. Number 14. Religious minded. Thank you. Thank you. Bernadine, love for God, integrity, impact. I love it. I love this. Lucretia, honesty, authentic. Yes. Community service. That's wonderful. And no harm to self or others. Thank you. No harm to self or others. Love that. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Any other? What are your core values? Resilience. Good. And growth through adaptability and reliability. Thank you, Manello. Thank you. The pillars by which you stand by and you operate. Great, wonderful. There's this book, Angela, is it back? I want to get the name. Angela something on grades. I'm not done with that, but it's a very, very, very compelling book. I'm learning a lot from that as well. Thank you, Maxwell. And it's in fellowship with God, integrity, service to humanity, personal growth, and tenacity. Thank you, Valentine. Treating people well. Thank you. Integrity, justice, humility. Thank you. Living every day of my life, learning new things, and never to let yesterday's be better than today. Thank you. Not going outside of God, no matter what, continual personal growth. Thank you. Fear of God, persistence, integrity, being game changer. Yes. Thank you, Yvonne and Jovia. Adaptability, resilience, growth. Thank you. Core values are very, very important. And once you identify it, aligning your goals to it makes it so easy. You are able to set even the right goals. You're able to know what to expect even in that goal. Okay, I love that. I love that. And so it's important to tie it to your goals. Anytime you're setting goals, make sure that it is tied to your personal core values. Make sure, don't leave it out of it, because it will be very difficult for you, because it's not something that is true to you. Thank you, Ojo. Make sure that it is always tied to it. And you know how you meet certain people, the first time you meet someone, there's this character, this thing that comes to mind when you meet a person. Anytime, I've been told severally, the first time you see me, one thing you see is my positivity, my positive vibes, my energy, okay, my bubbly personality. So anytime it doesn't happen like that, you know that there's a mismatch. You know, there's some, this is not Sonia. What is happening? What is happening? And that's how people identify it. You are so true to yourself. So anytime there is that anomaly in the system, it shows you're like, nah, this is not. Anytime you know, Benedict, you know, there's one thing that comes to mind, and it's very important to understand, because if you are not careful, you may, or let's say the bad traits or the negative traits rather outshine your true self. What does that mean? So if the moment you identify that these are the things that you stand by, it shows in everything that you do, your work, school, church, everywhere you find yourself. Haven't you noticed that in class, there are certain people who are, when their names are mentioned, you know what comes to mind. And we've had people like that, right in school. And it's not a positive trait. It doesn't mean that they don't have positive traits in their system or in who they are, but because the negative is outshining their good traits. Let me use this example. I mean, it's election year, and of course, the political parties are doing the most as usual. And there's this political party, of course, I can't mention it for that, you know. So there's this political party, and there's this running mate of that political party. And it's rather unfortunate that candidate or that person has been tagged with being arrogant. And we don't know if that is true or not, but it has been said over and over and over that the slightest thing that he makes, the slightest utterance that he makes, people just tag him that, okay, he's arrogant. I don't know for his cohort, or I don't know for his circle. Maybe he's not. We don't know. But that is the perception that is out there, which may not actually be like that. Unfortunately, during in his quest to right his wrong, he ends up saying something or doing something which rather affirms that he's arrogant. And so he keeps he go explain Taya, because it's not easy. It's not easy to convince delegates or voters that I'm not proud, I'm not arrogant. But then your words are saying something different. I'm just waiting to see how he's going to navigate it, because I don't know how he's going, because he just keeps implicating himself, unfortunately. He may not be really arrogant, or maybe he's working on it. But unfortunately, that is overshadowing his positive traits. And he's a very good man. So I'm like, okay, see, let me just see how he'll be able to change a night. And so when you're setting core values, be careful not to create that impression, and especially probably maybe, of course, we've had issues in the past and you're trying to correct and right our wrongs. If you are not careful and be very, very deliberate about your core value, all the negative things will rather outshine the positive things in you. So people will not get to even see the good side of you because the negative one is so it's so alarming, and yes, first impression is true. Unfortunately, you may be the kindest person, but because you haven't even exhibited that, people just assume that you're not nice. But meanwhile, deep down that you are a good person. Yes. Thank you for that, Ruben. I'll come to that. Yes. And so it's very, very important to do that. Okay. And so let me so it's important to align your core values with your goals. So your goals with your core values. Okay. That way you're able to stick to it. I'll share my screen. Let me share my screen. And then we'll do a recap. Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen. Okay. So now that we've established that, and I believe that you're following, we've established that you need to tie your core values with your goals. Okay, that way it sticks. That way you're able to follow through. It's important to do a recap. So let's do a recap of how, I'll say last year, but let's say this year or last quarter has been. Generally, how has this year been? And self-reflection is very, very important. Self-reflection. I'm always journaling, I'm always writing things. Self-reflection is very, very important. And I believe that if you don't examine your life, whether you're making progress or not, it'll be difficult to even know if you're actually on the right track. Okay? So before we even move into probably readjusting goals or setting goals and all of that, let's take a brief moment and go through or reflect how this year has been, focusing on how the last quarter, because you're in the last quarter of the year, how has this year been? What has been some of your proud moments? What has been, let's take a moment to brag, okay? I'll do that, because why not? God get the praise, we get the thanks. So let's take a moment. What are some of the good things that you can boldly say that you've been able to do? I don't think it has been it might not be rosy and cozy, but definitely you made some progress some way, somehow, things that you set yourself to do this year. So what are some of your proud moments? What are some of your proud moments? This year I learned a lot, as I mentioned. I challenged myself. I challenged myself a lot this year. Amazing things have happened to me because I started with the goal of really, really, really understanding and learning a lot. And so my HR certification was very, very important. I wanted to find out how I can actually merge tech skills into HR. I was wondering where does that align? And then I noticed that everything supports and should support data. And that's why I've begun to develop a keen interest in data analytics but I'm linking it to people analytics. So how do we sort of gain insights and data, making sure that HR, we streamline HR processes, blah, 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 onboarding, all of that. What's the data saying about how workers feel? That kind of thing. So I've come to really appreciate that as well. And Retire Africa has been wonderful, amazing. Oh my goodness. The Retire Africa program, yes, overcoming life challenges. Thank you, Lisa, by His grace, join this program. Okay, a team lead at work, wonderful. I get to start my tech journey through Retire Africa. Yes, okay, last quarter, the boot camp was my highlight. Okay, thank you. Yes, your name was called with despair. That's on period. That's it, okay? That's a serious my goal of breaking into tech. Wonderful. So there are lots of things that you can actually, take a moment to appreciate, okay? It may not have been all rosy and cozy, but at least you can definitely find moments to appreciate your journey so far. So what accounted for the successes of those achievements? What were the things that you did that accounted for it? And you know that people don't really track what they did right or wrong. You see, in God we trust. Any other thing must bring data. And so if you don't track how you are able to do ABCD, it is very difficult for you to replicate it. And so, yes, there may be grace, there may be an element of luck, but there were certain things that you did. Thank you. You only track what's going on. That's true. If you don't document your wins, you don't know the template. You can't tell if you did this and that worked. In your mind, oh, I just tried it, and some way, somehow, it worked. Inshallah vibes. Okay, so it's important to document your wins as well because it provides a template. So this year, all the successes that you have chalked this year, document it and document what you did to produce those results because they'll provide that template for you. small for a big God. God self-discipline. Yes, so please, it's important to document. Okay, so if you've not done that, please take time to do that before the year ends. When you move to December, you'll be so caught up with the festivities, you actually forget that you have to make this thing. So take time and do that. Okay. Now, once you've done that, what were your not so proud moments? Your very, 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 very low moments. Let's take a moment to reflect. Thank you, Valentine. Okay. You've been consistent with church family activities. Yes. Progress. Yes, thank you. What were your not so proud moments? What went wrong? What accounted for the losses? Did you set yourself that you're going to save, blah, 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 and what happened? You look at your bank account and you are wondering, how did we get here? That wasn't the goal. Could you have done something about it? Well, let's take a moment and just reflect. And you see, man to thyself, be true, just be true to yourself, okay? Because again, no one will beat you. You can only be true to yourself. But some of the things may have been false. When you look at it objectively, being very objective, some of the things may have been the fact that you couldn't manage your time properly, you couldn't manage your finances properly, issues here and there that could have been handled better. None of that. So here you are honest with yourself. And then again, you document what you couldn't do. Sometimes when I look at the things that I could have not been able to do, but you have to. it's a very bitter pill, but you swallow it because that is what will help you improve. And you look at the things that went wrong. Okay? Okay. Don't complete another program I was taking because I was, yes. Yes. Be honest with yourself. That's the first step. Be honest. If it's your fault, if it's my fault, it's my fault. Now, how do I make? Because if you're not honest with yourself and you try to push the blame, there's no way that you would assume that responsibility and then change and make progress and make changes. So there are certain things that may have been your fault, which is fine. Okay, accept it and document the things that you couldn't do so that you know the areas that need improvement. Maybe the time management is an issue. So how do we deal with it? You're not able to manage finances. So how do you deal with it? Of course, there are certain things that are beyond our control. Inflation here and there, you budgeted for the month, and some way, somehow, for the very same prices that you're paying more for the exact same thing. It's not your fault. But then again, someone would say that, yeah, you could have made provisions ahead of that. Well, in hindsight, you know that. But no one plans for these things. So there are certain things that may be totally out of your control. Very, family issues, loss of a loved one. Some things can really derail you, like, it can just derail you. That's fine. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge it. Okay? And once you're able to do that, you're able to know what went wrong, what couldn't. So what resources could have contributed to the success of it if you had it? So if you had A, B, C, D, and resources cut across, doesn't necessarily have to be financial resource. Whatever thing that moves the needle in your favor is your resource. Okay? So if you had those things in place, could that have changed the fate of the things that you wanted to do? Make that sober reflection. It's very, very important. Okay? Let's see, you like to did. Wow. Wow. Another mid-year price. Wow. Very sorry to hear that. Very, very sorry. See, these things they are beyond our control. And you never know how you can handle it. You assume no matter how tough you think you are, it takes grace. It takes grace because you don't know how much you can handle until it gets to that point. And so just for the things that were absolutely beyond your control, I need you to just encourage yourself. Okay? And don't beat yourself so much. Don't beat yourself so much. Okay? Don't beat yourself so much. Very, very sorry. Very sorry. Okay? Well, and you definitely come out stronger. Absolutely. Okay? And so it's important that you do the recap. And when you're honest with yourself and you're able to accept the things that you couldn't do, it opens you up to now make the changes, to now adjust. Okay? And so, yes. Very true, very true, very true. Sometimes you don't know the battle that people are facing until they tell you, like, wow. Don't be quick to assume. Don't be quick to assume. Thank you for sharing that, Valentine. Thank you. And we are definitely with you. You've made so much progress and you are still making progress. Definitely things are going to look so much better. Okay. And so I need us to do this, the reflection soberly, because it's very, very important. And then that way it will help you plan better. We're a little far behind time. And so I'll answer a few of your questions and then we'll bring the session to a close for today. I'm trying to stick within the time. I'm surprised that the time has moved so fast. Okay. Yes, so I'll definitely make the slides available, but they're actually in sessions, okay? So this is to introduce to you why personal development is important, why it's important that you take it upon yourself, why you throw this challenge to yourself, why and how you can set the right goals, focusing on your core values and tying them to your goals. And then as we progress, we'll move deeper into how to set the right goals, how to take, the right habits and the things that comes, with that. Okay. Okay. And so it's very, very important. And I wanted to, there was one question I wish you can just, it was Raphael. Okay. That's very true. So how do you achieve goals? We'll delve into that, yes, with values if you are your partner and I. Thankfully, and I say that to the glory of God as we wrap up, my partner is very, very business oriented, which makes my core value on wealth very easy for me. So he's an accountability partner on his own. And I get to share my core values with him. He has his, but somehow we find moments where it aligns, like the whole generational wealth and creating and making better financial decisions and all of that. He's very, very, very business oriented, so it makes so much sense. Definitely find ways. There are certain values that may align. Okay, if your goals or your personal values may not be the same as for your partner, but definitely you find moments where it's interlocks. That's where you use it to your advantage. And as we move on, we'll definitely delve into all of that. Okay, so that's experience. So this is just an introduction. This is I'm introducing to you this side of me that you don't know. But anyway, I will have to bring the session to a close and follow the time. Okay. But I believe it's been great. I've learned so much. And this is me in my elements when I'm flowing like that. Time really flies when you are really doing the things that you love and you're passionate about. So on LinkedIn, yes, Sonia now kindly actually. Well, social media, Facebook, Instagram is Sonia Inspires. And so, yes, I post tips and tricks and all of that there as well. So on that note, till next time, we'll definitely make more time to answer questions one by one. But I believe that it has been very beneficial. I hope you have learned a whole lot. And I hope you have been encouraged. Thank you. I hope you've been very, very encouraged. I've really enjoyed the session. I've enjoyed the session so much. Thank you all. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you, Valentine. Thank you for sharing your core values and all of that. And as we make progress, please take time, do the reflection, do the recap, and then as we progress, we can set the right goals ahead of 2025. We are not doing New Year resolutions. We are setting the right goals and we are aligning to them. And we are going to see amazing results as a result. Okay? amazing result as a result. Thank you all so much. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. And then I'll see you in class. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest. No, please, no exams. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day. Signing out, so Sonia Inspires with a lot of love, positivity. Thank you all. And then, yes, evening students, you are meeting, okay? Life hasn't changed. We are moving on. Bye, everyone. Thank you all so much. The links will be shared shortly, okay? The meeting links. Okay. Have fun learning. Bye. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye. Bye.